Welcome back to the Cinebros Podcast. I've got Ray here with me today. Ray, say hello.
Long time no see, everyone.
It's been a while.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. So our last upload was like a month ago, I believe. It was a 5-minute movie review. Unfortunately, Luke is not with us today because he had to work. And that's really the whole story behind why our uploads became so infrequent the last few months. It's just because all three of us worked very different work schedules. And honestly, it just got way too hard to find time when all three of us could record. It still is, but I do have Ray here with me. So we are just the two of us today. And the reason we're recording today without Luke, even though we were like trying really hard to wait until all three of us could be together again to record, which is why it's been so long, is we have a topic we are very excited to discuss, don't we, Ray?
Yes. The new Spider-Man trailer. I think it was leaked. And I don't think they intended it for it to be released, but golly, am I glad that it was.
So I think the story behind that is, I can't remember the name of the convention that it was going to, but like Sony had like a big 2-hour expo there and they were going to reveal it anyway. But then like a few days before, I think like a VFX artist maybe leaked it with like unfinished visual effects and stuff. So like a lot of people saw it then. But the timing, I think, lined up with when they were going to officially announce it anyway.
And real quick, when does it actually release? Is it next year or this year?
No, I think it's either December 17th or December 27th. I can't. Someone may want to fact check me on that, but it's in December of this year.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I think we're both big Spider-Man fans, and this movie looks awesome.
Spider-Man's my favorite superhero.
Oh, me too. Like by far and away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so good. So I think what we're going to do for this episode is we're just going to watch the trailer. And Ray, it looks like the IGN one is the top search result with 3.8 million views. So I would watch that one. Let's both pull it up here.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to mute it.
Should I mute mine or it doesn't really matter?
It doesn't really matter on your end. Okay. So I got an ad, a Geico ad. Love that Geico get-go. I'm going to turn on closed captioning. All right. And the way this is going to work, we're just going to watch this trailer and we're just going to pause it and we're going to discuss things as they show up.
Yeah, just tell me when to pause. Just say whenever.
All right, I will. And you can do the same to me if there's something you want to discuss.
Yeah.
Okay. So the trailer starts with Peter and MJ. Let's see. On the roof. So, Ray, where do you think Zendaya ranks in terms of love interests for like the actresses that play Peter's love interests from like the 3 series?
I would say second behind the original Mary Jane.
See, the original Mary Jane is good. I do like their relationship. Okay, pause it at 31 seconds, Ray. Okay, so you should be seeing the man slamming the papers down, right?
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Right, so this brings us to the first theory that I have heard regarding characters being introduced in this movie. A lot of people online seem to think this is Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, and a lot of people want to see Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the Marvel TV show, come back for this. And I'm a big Daredevil fan. I've long been a fan of how Spider-Man and Daredevil interact, so I think this would be really cool if that theory is correct. I do think it would be the perfect time to introduce him because Charlie Cox has expressed interest in returning for that role, and this is like the perfect scenario for it to happen because Peter is obviously going to need like a lot of legal help to do this. Do you know what about Daredevil, Ray?
I've never watched it, but I watched a few of the other ones. I watched The Defenders, so I've like seen his character. And all those shows were supposed to be tied into the MCU at some point. So like this would definitely be a good way to do it because there's already going to be a bunch of characters in it anyway.
Yeah, pretty much everybody is going to be in this movie, as we'll see later when they start showing up. All right. Anyway, that was my first theory that I wanted to discuss.
Okay. You want to resume?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we should pause for a second. Let's just go back and watch from 57.
That's where I'm at right now.
Right.
Literally.
Okay, so we just saw Ned in the interrogation room. And, you know, the kind of whole premise of why Peter wants to reverse time in this trailer is because he's worried about how it will affect the people that know in his life. Now, if we notice this goblin thing here, or I guess this is like a witch hat, but the goblin also wears a hat very similar to it. So are you familiar with the hobgoblin at all, Ray?
No.
Okay. So
maybe
he's the orange one.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, the hobgoblin is like the second of the goblins behind the Green Goblin, and I know that we see the pumpkin bomb in this this trailer, which indicates that Willem Dafoe will become that guy as the Green Goblin. However, one theory that I've seen is that maybe at the end of the movie, Ned becomes this villain called the Hobgoblin, because that is a plot line from the comics. Ned Leeds is one of the incarnations of the Hobgoblin. So some people speculate that due to this whole like time trickery thing that they were going to pull, it could like end up screwing up the timeline massively, that him and Peter aren't friends, and it could develop him meeting Norman Osborn and like getting the Goblin Serum or whatever it is and becoming the Hobgoblin, which would set up for a villain in a future project.
I don't like that theory.
Really? You'd like to see them stay friends?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
They're a really good dynamic, I feel like.
They are. Now let me ask you this. Do you think any of Peter's close associates will die in this movie?
Maybe some of the older characters, like some of both older Spider-Man are in it, correct? I know for sure Toby is.
It's not confirmed, but yes.
I feel like if they're in it, they might die, but like that's like the one thing I could see. I don't really see MJ, possibly Aunt May. I don't see any of the like younger people dying, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I'm going to resume.
Okay.
We see him going to Doctor Strange's lair. All right. Now, not to tell you to pause again, but to pause again.
I would like to pause. Yeah, I was going to say it.
All right, let's you go first. I've done the past two.
Okay. So I was talking to my friend Casey, who has been on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to hear from Casey, he was on our top 3 superhero movies of all time episode. You should go back and watch it, definitely. But I was talking to him about it, and I was like, dude, Doctor Strange's character looks so chill, just so laid back in this movie, so different from past movies. And he was like, he told me that he had heard a theory that this isn't even really Doctor Strange. It's like a whole, like, it's, yeah.
The theory is that this is Mephisto, I believe. Is that the theory that you've heard?
Yeah. And I feel like he'll be the main villain of the movie.
Okay. Now, I see your Mephisto theory, and I will want to raise you my Doctor Strange theory about why he's acting this way. So,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Mephisto, and against like popular opinion, I'm actually a big fan of the One More Day arc, where Mephisto makes his whole deal with Spider-Man and reverses the timeline. That I've always kind of liked that arc. I thought it was like a cool thing to do, even though it was pretty unpopular and led to a lot of problems in the comic continuity. I've always been a fan of Mephisto and that particular storyline. So I do really, really want to see Mephisto play some part in this current iteration of the MCU. However, the theory that I heard about why Strange is acting this way that I like more is that Strange is he's like overridden with guilt that he saw like 14 billion possibilities or whatever, and there's only one where the Avengers beat Thanos, and that one led to Tony's death. So the theory is that he's overcome by guilt that his actions directly led to Tony's death. And since he views Peter as like Tony's protege, that helping him is his way of making amends to Tony's memory. Which
That's
I like.
a very good theory. I really like that theory. And I hope that, honestly, I would not mind to see that theory at all.
I wouldn't either. I really like that theory.
I feel like he's acting too weird, you know?
I get it. And like I said, I would totally be cool with Doctor Strange in this film being Mephisto. I think they would have to explain it, obviously.
What if it's a Doctor Strange Mephisto fight, like towards the end? Like Doctor Strange actually ends up coming
That'd be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Do you know much about Mephisto?
No, not since like I heard about the theory today.
He is literally basically the devil. Like just straight up, he's the devil of the MCU.
So he kind of like appears friendly, cool, but
yeah, basically like
at the end of the day.
Basically like how Satan is described, Mephisto acts.
Okay.
Cool. We have anything else on this particular plot point?
No, let's continue.
Okay.
I'm ready. Are you at 110 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, just by the way, I love Wong. You don't have to pause. I just love Wong.
Oh yeah, me too. This looks like a cool scene. Honestly, this has great visual effects where Strange is casting a spell. So, who do you think the first character that will return is? I
honestly don't know. I really don't.
Maybe Doc Ock, maybe Electro. Wait, hang on. If we go back for a second, go back to 213 and pause it there.
213. Okay.
Okay, so see all the sand?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the confirmation that Sandman will be returning. Now, if you notice, the lightning comes, so indicating Electro, obviously. Now, I've heard a theory that Sandman will actually be fighting on the side of Peter Parker. So this could be... Yeah, so this could be like a fight between Sandman and Electro, which would be really cool, I think.
Yeah, like a little side fight going on.
Because the whole thing, at least my understanding, is that all the villains are brought into this universe at the moment before their deaths in the Raimi trilogy. So keep in mind, by that point, Sandman had made amends with that universe's Peter Parker, so it would make sense for him to be like a good, or at least an anti-hero this time.
So back to what you said about who do you think they'll introduce back again first? I don't think it'll be Doc Ock or Green Goblin. simply because I feel like they're going to save him for later in the movie. I feel like they would like introduce like a more weaker, less popular villain first if there's going to be so many in it, you know?
So hang on, I actually saw today which ones are confirmed to be in it, and I sent them to my friend earlier. Let me pull it up here.
I could see Sandman being first, where you said
Right.
him and Peter are going to team up because they're going to have to make a scene towards the beginning of the movie of them meeting up and like having a reason to team up.
Right. Okay, so these are the 6 that have been confirmed to return. Doc Ock, Electro, Green Goblin, Mysterio, Rhino, and Sandman. I have seen theories that Venom will also make an appearance, like Sony's
Do you
version.
think we'll be playing Venom? Tom Hardy?
The theory I've heard is the Tom Hardy version.
Imagine, Tyler.
That would be so
Imagine.
Cool. That would be real
That would
cool.
be nuts.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. So, Vulture, Scorpion, and Shocker all exist within this universe. However, they are not shown in this movie. Will they be in it in some capacity?
I don't think so, honestly. I feel like it'd just be too much at that point.
So the question then becomes, when will those 3 return?
I thought Vulture was dead.
No.
He's locked up. He's locked up, yeah.
He's locked up and he meets Scorpion in the end credit scene of Homecoming.
I don't know. I could probably see Vulture coming back. I could see him coming back as a good guy, honestly.
I don't know about Vulture coming back as a good guy. I really don't.
Do you see any other ones coming back as a good guy besides Sandman?
So Sandman, if the Venom rumors are true, I can see that. I've also seen rumors about the Lizard coming back, which maybe not.
I don't think he was very good.
He wasn't. I could see. Now here's the thing. With Doc Ock, maybe, because he was redeemed at the end of Spider-Man 2. And
Green Goblin?
If it's Harry's version, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think the Norman Osborn version would fight on his side though. He's
just straight up evil.
Yeah, there's actually been leaks of the new Green Goblin costume that's like more comic accurate, and it like looks really cool. It like looks.
I'd imagine it looks better in the MCU than it is in any of the other sets of movies.
It does. Yeah, like actually looks like a comic version.
Do you think they'll pay homage to Iron Man?
Oh, I don't know, man. I really don't. How many movies?
I feel like there will be like some hat flip to him, you know?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Let's resume the trailer because I don't know if we've seen it yet or not.
Okay.
So what do you think is going on with that train scene we just saw, which Strange is like manipulating all of the trains?
I'd say it's just some fight going down, and that's just his way of winning the fight.
But like between who?
That's hard telling.
Yes, so there's the Iron Spider suit. So in the comics, and if they do go the Strange is Mephisto route, in the comics, Spider-Man reveals his identity during the Civil War arc, which is obviously when he wore his Iron Spider suit. So maybe that could be like a homage to that. Maybe that's why he's wearing that suit again in this. Maybe they're just doing timeline trickery.
Well, that's really what made me think of that.
Yeah.
The whole Iron Man thing. Because the Iron Spider suit, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like at some point there was going to be Peter opening a gift or something from Tony, you know?
Yeah. Um, yeah, if we go back a little to 227, there's more of that sand and electric thing going on. So maybe that does lend credence to the theory that Sandman and Electro are going to fight in this movie.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
So this fight here on this bridge, it's on a bridge. And we both know of a very famous bridge scene in a superhero movie. I guess anti-hero. Deadpool, right?
Deadpool, yeah.
The bridge scene.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling this movie's going to top it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I can see it. It looks really good.
That's my prediction. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really good.
All right, yeah. So we saw the Goblin bomb, obviously the pumpkin bomb.
Yes.
All right, and that's the trailer. I don't think, there's nothing at the end of it. So
yeah, I was expecting something.
I was too. I was honestly expecting either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield to show back up in it. So out of 10, how excited are you for this?
Honestly, I would really say 10.
I'll
be honest. After Black Widow, I was I don't really know what kind of direction the MCU is going in. And then Loki ended, and Loki ended so well. They have another villain who could be the strongest in the MCU now that Thanos isn't around to pick on people.
Yes, Kang the Conqueror.
And then this trailer drops, and I'm just as hyped about the MCU now as I was when Infinity War dropped.
Yeah, I'm also probably a 10 because I love Spider-Man. This movie looks like arguably could be the best Spider-Man movie ever if they pull it off right. See, my problem is, and I know this is the MCU, so the quality is obviously higher, is that every time they've tried to do the whole multiple villains thing in a Spider-Man movie, it hasn't worked. They haven't balanced out the villains properly. So I hope they're able to do that with this one.
The other people who attempted it weren't the MCU.
Yeah, that's true. And that is why I'm more hyped for this version of it.
I feel like they won't mess it up.
No, I don't think they will either, honestly. But that is just a topic of concern. Yeah. I'm sure the MCU always delivers, so I'm sure it will be good. Do you have anything else you want to discuss before we end this episode about the new Spider-Man movie?
I really think of off of my head because, we've really only seen 2 minutes.
We have.
Hopefully in the future we get more trailers revealing more things. But honestly, I wouldn't care if we did get any more trailers because sometimes I like it when movies don't show a lot in the trailers.
Right, I feel like we've seen enough, honestly, that gave us just enough. Now, let me ask you this. Would you like to see Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield in a trailer, or would you prefer to just go into a movie blind, not know if they're in it or not?
Oh, I would love it for it to be a surprise.
I kind of would too. And I kind of think that might be what they do.
Yeah, I hope they do it that way.
Because they've been very tight-lipped about those two specifically.
I know Tom Holland can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly. So if they do come back, do you think we'll get a fight with all three Spider-Man fighting on the same side?
Oh, 100%. It'd be a waste if they didn't.
That is true. Yeah, I'm very excited. I know Luke's excited too. Shame he couldn't be here.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have been talking about it at work.
Yeah, well, we haven't talked about the trailer actually.
Well, yeah, because you've been at school.
Yeah. But yeah, very excited. It's a shame Luke couldn't be with us today. We do hope to record more eventually with him. as well as getting more 5-minute movie reviews out sometime. But we do hope you've enjoyed this condensed version of just a trailer discussion of the Spider-Man No Way Home. And can I just say it? I love that they've stuck with this home theme for their titles.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Yep. All right. It'd be funny if they made like a movie with like Gwen Stacy or like Felicia Hardy called like Home Wrecker. That'd be funny. Anyway.
Home Wrecker.
Home Wrecker. Anyway, with that, guys, we will be ending the show for today. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And you can follow us on Instagram at Cinebros Podcast. Thank you. Bye.
It's great to be back.
It is.